how do I do this video? I really do not know how to do this. Okay. I've actually tried to record this video before, and I was not able to really get anything out. There was a booger on my nose, so I decided to delete the recording. But let's just say that I'm going to get right into it, guys. DanDaDan is one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my entire life. And this is not hyperbole, okay? I'm not joking around. I'm not going crazy or anything. I don't know how to really do this video because of the fact that I really don't know how to like say how much I love this series. When I tell you guys that I feel maybe that I might be the one of the only people who actually feels like this, but maybe you guys can sympathize or really empathize with me in this respect, that this anime has, or this series has opened my heart up. And in a way, I feel like my heart is beating outside of my chest. I say that a lot when I think about this anime, or when I think about this series, because it's also a manga. It was originally a manga. But when I think about this series, my heart feels like it's beating out of my chest. I can't contain my emotions. It's like my perspective in life has been changed completely. All of the events in my entire life have been flipped on its side. I'm seeing a different perspective of things. And I don't do drugs. Okay, first of all, guys, I do not drink. I do not do drugs. And that other thing, I don't smoke. Yeah, I don't do any of that. I completely watch this, and I'm saying this with a sober mind. I do have autism, and I do have ADHD. I got the prescription right here, but I freaking gotta say, something about this series has like changed me. And I don't want to like seem like I'm going crazy or anything, like I'm on some crap. But really, guys, I don't know how to really start this. If you guys don't know what DanDaDan is, basically DanDaDan is an anime series or a manga series about how aliens and ghosts are apparently real, and apparently that's the premise of the show. And at one point, this guy gets his dick and balls taken away, and now there's a spirit medium that is a grandma, and she looks like she's about 20, but apparently she's like old or whatever. I don't believe that. I can't believe that at all. But this has been like the new talk of the town recently. And as much as I would love to give a concise, thorough, and amazing analysis about like why I love this series so much, this video is more about why I just need to find that out for myself. I don't know why this has happened to me, and I don't understand why DanDaDan has touched my heart so much. I've written down this in my notes, actually. I could not contain myself. I had to process this, and I don't really have a lot of people in my life who, well, I do have people in my life. Shout out to you guys, my friends, my family, and all that stuff. I do have you guys, but in a lot of different ways, my mindset is very much different from other people's. I feel like I have a completely different mindset. And I'm not going to lie. I think something that contributed to what's been going on is that I've been having a very like hard time recently. Just to get completely real here, I know this isn't like my personal channel that I upload videos like that on, but I just have to say, like, this has been incredibly hard. I've been on the doors of otherworld at some point. My life has fallen apart. My life has gone insane, and I've been really thinking about what my purpose in life is. I've been thinking about what I'm really here to do, when a lot of the time I just mess things up, or I feel like honestly, to get real here, I don't really feel like I belong here in a lot of different ways. I feel like my mind, or everything I've done, is just I failed. And I've had so many other problems. I've had so many little incidents, and I was more context. I was the guy who was picked on. I was the guy who people thought was weird. And sometimes I do think about this stuff. I want to say that I pushed it out of my psyche, but sometimes I still do think about that. And I still move forward every day. Like everybody thinks I'm like the happy-go-lucky, Cam yells and screams and gets scared guy. But there's another side of that story. I'm not trying to ask for sympathy, but I'm just giving you guys a perspective on how this has like affected me recently. With that in mind, I will say what happened. Like, what was the actual story of like how I got into this was basically I wasn't actually into DanDaDan. Actually, my friends were actually watching it in our Discord server recently, and initially I kind of just wrote it off because I didn't really think it was that crazy. Like, I didn't really think like, oh yeah, this is just a high school anime. But I remember I did kind of like the opening. I did like the premise a lot because I just really love that premise. Like, just apparently high schoolers have to go up against spirits and goat and aliens or whatever, and the guy has his balls taken away. It really is a funny and whimsical concept, in all honesty. And with that in mind, I was just like, oh, this is kind of cool. But again, I'm kind of desensitized with the whole high school anime thing. It's been done to death. I think it should stop. I think maybe we should just have more fantastical elements in anime, have maybe more grown adults or whatever in anime, or maybe elementary school kids. I don't know, something. I just want something else. And that was my mindset that I was having at the time. But one day, my friend actually commissioned a little like mural type of like thing to for like a commission, like an artist. I don't know their name on the screen. Shouts to them. They make amazing art. Please go commission them. They're amazing. And my friend commissioned them to basically have like our avatars or whatever, or our OCs or whatever in the DanDaDan style. So she was really excited for that. Everybody was excited for that. I saw it one day, the other day, just appear like when it was actually finished. And of course, it was on Instagram. So on Instagram, when you have certain posts, they have music with it. And oh my God. Oh my God! I listened to this about like 1,000 times when I tell you it is one of the greatest songs ever made. Ever made. Atanoki by Creepy Nuts. Crazy, wild name, by the way. God damn, like just crazy. But my God, it is one of the greatest and most amazing, catchiest songs of all time. I put that in my theme song playlist. I put that in my type of music, my hype music, everything. I could not stop myself. I love that song to death. It was so much of a bop. It was jamming. It was damning. It was Liloiwa. I don't even know what that means, but it was so goddamn amazing. And when I tell you it was like so catchy, like a song that like initially you only like really like one part of it, which is like for me it was like that da 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 da, that part. But then as you listen to the song more, it gets more and more catchy. So I even like the hayata 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 hayata. So I don't know what they were actually saying. But if you actually look into like the lyrics of the song too, it is the most beautiful thing. And really a lot of it just, I feel like, let me actually read something here. All right. So I'm going to be real with you guys. I actually like legit chat GPT'd this. Even though I already kind of got like the actual meaning of the song. So the song of It's also known by Creepy Nuts, used for the opening for the theme song of DanDaDan, conveys themes of overcoming darkness, embracing individuality, and the transportative power of music and emotion. The lyrics reflect a sense of liberation and resilience, symbolized by imagery like growing wings to escape darkness and finding flowers blooming at one's feet. The upbeat rhythm and repeated chants contribute to its motivational and dynamic energy, aligning with the anime's supernatural and adventurous tone. The song also integrates references to Japanese folklore and urban legends like ghosts and otherworldly beings, which connect to the mysterious and thrilling elements of DanDaDan. Overall, Otonone or Otonoge or whatever it is celebrates the strength to move forward and impact the melodies that stay within our hearts. Now, you can probably find another schmuck on YouTube that can actually, talk about the lyrics and the meaning of the song. And I might actually do that myself. This is probably not going to be, most likely, 100% not going to be the only video that I make about DanDaDan. But as you guys can see, there are some deeper hidden meanings in the show itself, and ones that I actually vibe with a lot and I found very relatable personally. Now, with that being said, yes, the theme song was amazing. All that stuff happened. After I actually watched the theme song, I went back and I watched, I just caught up on the series. I watched episode 5, 6, 7, and 7. Yeah, we all know what happened in episode 7, okay? We know exactly what happened. And I wish I didn't know what happened, but let's just say that tears were almost shed. And I want to talk about that in a bit. But that episode was insane. I actually literally just got done watching episode 8. So again, this is not like a real spoiler kind of heavy video. But I loved freaking episode 8. I loved everything about it. I loved the entire series so far. What I was kind of trying to get at with the whole episode 7 thing is that we all know what happened in episode 7. And I'm not going to get into it, but I'll just say how I felt about it. When I was watching that scene with some of my friends, they cried. I actually knew a couple of people who did cry to that scene. And while I was emotionally invested, and I definitely was, I did not cry. This is actually kind of a warning sign for me, actually, because when I tell you that this kind of happened with Danganronpa 2. And for those who don't know, Danganronpa 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. And towards like chapter 4 of that game, my heart was kind of feeling the same way. Like I was overwhelmed with emotions because I'm an empath. I'm a very emotional type of guy. I'm not your average kind of dude when it comes to a lot of that stuff. So I do cry, and I cry to All Might, in his fight in season 3 with All For One. Like, come on, like this is just how I am. So when I tell you that this was a warning sign for me because of Danganronpa 2, because when I played that game, the same thing was happening, but chapter 4 happened. And after chapter 4 happened, which was a very similar time, I was depressed. Not as depressed as I am now, but I was depressed. Let's not go there because YouTube, but I freaking hate this site. But I was everything. I was absolutely done with life. And I remember chapter 4 happened and I bawled my eyes out. After that, I was like emotionally just like releasing everything from my heart. And it was such a profound experience. I feel like this is that times like 1,000 bajillion million. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what I just said, but like, I feel like it is that. Like, I feel like this is like going to hit me hard soon. And I feel like, again, we're not even like done with like this season. There's like 12 episodes. There's 4 more episodes that got to come out. And I hate that. You know what I'm saying? Because like that's going to come out like near Christmas. And that's a very sensitive time for me. So I know I'm going to go crazy. If I come on in here one day and I'm just my tears are just coming down my cheeks constantly, then you guys know why. But the point of the matter is that this show has sparked some type of crazy interest in my soul. I feel like my soul is being pulled or something. And on a last kind of note, I just want to say that my life has been very much confusing recently. I don't know what I want to really do in my life. A lot of the time, I don't really know how I'm still here. I don't understand how to go about certain things and all that stuff. And, you know, I just felt like giving up a lot of the time. But when I heard that theme song and I started watching the show, I understand it's like a wacky, little cool, actiony, funny anime, but there are just some things that you just can't explain. Sometimes the way that things affect you can just sneak up on you, and it has such a profound effect that you just can't ignore it. So, like I said, my perspective has been completely shifted with this anime, and I feel like now is like a crazy time for like me, like in general. I think I'm about to make some like really rash decisions, but I feel like now I haven't completely trusted myself. I haven't completely trusted God. I haven't completely trusted my abilities. And I feel like it's time. I feel like it's definitely time to stop playing around and do something big, you know? Even though, like, I feel like all my life I've been shown in so many different ways that I don't matter, like, nothing matters or I don't matter. There has been people in my life, including some of you guys, who have told me that some great things. I don't even want to get into it, just some great things about me. Some people say the craziest things, like how I help them and like I'm a good friend, and it's crazy that someone like me even exists. I'm not trying to be pretentious, but you know, I just feel like maybe now it's finally time to believe in that. It's finally time to believe that maybe they were right. And maybe I've just been doubting it myself for this entire time. I'm going to do something really crazy. Really crazy. All I have is the hope in my heart that it'll work out. But yeah. And yeah, this isn't something that has just been spurred on by like DanDaDan. I honestly have been feeling like this a little bit before. It was just like DanDaDan, I feel like was shown to me in a weird way. You know, obviously, of course, like it was shown to me among my friends, but I feel like it was shown to me for a very specific purpose. And yeah, I don't know. I just have a reason to live. I guess all I'm really trying to say is that I don't really know exactly to what extent this series has affected me. I really don't. I just made this entire video, but I don't really know. But this is now like my journey to kind of find out, to find myself, to find what it is that I'm trying to look for, you know? What it is, I'm trying to look for what I'm trying to look for, you know? um yeah, I'm kind of nervous about this. I am. I don't know if you guys really feel the same way, but if you do, put in the comment section down below. Maybe you guys can give me a, like legit like a perspective on this. And this theme song is actually constantly playing in my head now, man. I hate this theme song so much, dude. But I think I'm gonna go to the gym, make a couple of videos later, and yeah. With that being said, guys, what did you guys think of DanDaDan? What type of videos you want me to cover of DanDaDan? Um, I don't, I don't know, man. All right, nothing. We're not doing that. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good night, everyone watching this. Hasta.